talk today is on the importance of Islamic inheritance planning. I want you to imagine what it would be for your family to think and feel if you were not around anymore. Worried, fear, panic, anxiety, lost. What to do? How will they miss you? Who's going to pay the mortgage or the rent? Who will pay the bills? Who will do the shopping now? The school drop-offs, the cooking, the gardening? Who will give that much needed advice? And if both of you pass away, who will be the guardians of your young children? Estate planning has always been for the wealthy, but at Waseeya, we believe Islamic inheritance planning or succession planning is for everybody. The rich, the poor, the young, the old, the single, the married, the widowed, the man, the woman. We all have something to leave behind.
My purpose today is to share with you what Waseeya stands for in the concept of our deen. What does Waseeya really mean? What are the various things that we need to consider? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Kalam highlighted in his statement, said in Surah At-Tawbah, ayah 111, that, and I'm paraphrasing it, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bought the life and the belongings of the mu'minun in exchange for Jannah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already has done a trade with us, that He has taken us our life and our belongings in exchange for Jannah. So the wealth that we have today that Allah has bestowed upon us is nothing but an amana with us. So that's the first thing, concept of wealth in Islam, is the wealth that belongs to us today is an amana with us. So when we have some amana with us, we are an ameen. And as an ameen, we are required to do justice with it. And Waseeya is one of the instruments through which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enables us to do that. Now in Islam, Waseeya is not what will I leave for my wife and my children and those who are legal inheritors from the concept of our Quran and the Sunnah. Whoever they may be in our family, they may be our parents, if they're alive, they may be our wife, they may be our children, and if you don't have a son, then it could be an uncle, it could be a grandson, it could be someone else. That is not what Waseeya is for. The concept of Waseeya in Islam is predominantly for three things. One is to document debt. The second object of Waseeya is the importance of nasiha for our loved ones. The third reason why in Islam will is extremely important is Allah, through the concept of amana, wealth, has given you an ability to an extent of a maximum of 1/3, give it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Over the last year, as I've been engaged with this Waseeya project, I've been going all up and down the country, visiting masajids, community members, community leaders, charity organizations, and hearing all of their concerns and issues. Some of their stories are quite shocking when there has been a sudden death and the disruption to their lives. Common issues of once a united family, now bickering, and some even getting violent and not talking to each other after a father has passed away. Many did not have a will in place, so final wishes were not distributed Islamically. Many would argue that is a sin. We have worked with Darus Salam and created an Islamic inheritance calculator with all the 4 main madhabs, so you can choose, it's easy to use, and you can choose which madhab and then go through your family tree. We have used technology because we're able to now. We're able to use secure, safe spaces, face recognition, biometrics, to make your data very secure. When my father passed away, he had documents in his email, USB stick, laptop, at work, under his bed, in the drawer. It was chaos. You may have a will in place, but if your documentation is not valid or able to be accessed, it's going to be a lot of difficulty. Lots of years of going through courts, effectively. So, organizing, planning, and protecting for your loved one is a huge matter, no matter how little or how much you have.
Jazakumullah khair for your time and your patience. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you and your families and your loved ones. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us a long life, siha, afiyah, and grant us husn al-khatimah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise us among the salihin and shuhada, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us Jannat al-Firdaus al-Ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.